Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fruitful Trees. And I am so excited because it is avocado season, and avocados are everywhere. So I'm going to see a lot of videos about avocados on my site in the next couple of days or weeks. But today we're talking about a particular avocado that is a kind that's not the best tasting one, but it tastes really good, and it's one of the best fruiting ones for South Florida. So I have one of these. I'm glad I do, and I recommend you do. But today we're going to take a field trip to Tropical Acres Farms, and we're going to see Alex there, who has several different types of avocado trees. But we're going to talk specifically about this tree. It's called a Choquette Avocado, and it's more of a late season avocado. It's in season now. The avocados are very big. They don't taste like your traditional very watery supermarket bought avocados. They do have more flavor than that. Again, it's not, I have avocados that taste better, but this one tastes really good enough where I planted a tree. My neighbor has a much more established tree, and I'll show you a video of his tree. I'm not planning on letting my trees grow as big as he has there, but I'll show you here. Come through my trees here. This is a tree that I have had for quite a while, and this is the first year I'm getting fruit off of it. And you see here, this is a Choquette avocado tree, and then we're going to see Alex talking about this avocado and my neighbors as well. But we come up here now. I just cut it because we were going to get a potential hurricane, so I cut it back. But even if I didn't, I would cut it here anyway to try to leave it at this size. I must have had maybe 20 or 30 avocados on there. I have about 10 left on the tree right now, and because of my situation where my space is right now, my neighbor has some palms over there, and I have a mamey tree this way and over here I have a peanut butter fruit. So it is in kind of a tight spot. I have room over there for it to expand, but it was growing up. This tree likes to grow up, especially when it's in a tight spot. I actually and Alex's farm, his is more wider because he has more room, but mine and my neighbors are growing up. But it's definitely a tree that has a good amount of fruit on it and will fruit really well, so I'm excited about it. So let's hear from Alex now and see what he has to say. Okay, here we are at Tropical Acres Farms, and Alex is going to talk about another one of his avocado trees. This is a Choquette avocado tree, and it's a nice size here. There's a lot of avocados on there. So welcome, Alex. Tell us about this avocado.
Okay, so this is the Choquette Avocado. This variety's been around for, I want to say, like 50 years or so. Named after, the family name was Choquette that discovered it. And I can't remember what its parentage was, but I do know that Choquette is a West Indian-Guatemalan hybrid, like a number of the other Florida commercial avocados are. And I believe it's an A-type avocado from what I remember. And it's one of the largest avocados we grow. They can get larger than this. This tree is pretty well loaded. It is kind of, I'm going to say nowadays it's like the standard of the Florida avocado commercial industry. You can find tons of Choquettes growing down in the Redland, and as well as in other commercial avocado orchards in Florida and other parts of Florida. It has definitely carved out quite a niche for itself there. So the trees are consistently, well, I shouldn't say consistently, they can alternate bear a bit, but when they bear, they make a lot of fruit. And you can see that. We've already been picking some of these. It is a late season avocado. Choquette is in its prime in like December and January. Some people pick it, in November. We've picked a few, but I kind of like to let them be on the tree a little longer and develop some better flavor before I really start picking quite a few of them. I've had Choquettes last into February before, and I've seen people that had trees that had some in March. That's unusual, but certainly a winter avocado in Florida. So if you're one of those people that like visits Florida in the winter time, but you're not here in, like, let's say the early fall or late summer, Choquette is one variety to consider because it's going to have fruit for you when you come to visit. Or if you're just somebody that's trying to like space out your avocado season, it's definitely on the latter end of the bookend of the avocado season, and can be pretty productive. And it's a good flavored avocado. The oil content's in the medium range. I would say like usually around 10%. Maybe you might say from the high single digits into the low teens on a good year, depending. And really nice flavor, really nice nutty flavor. Most people that try it enjoy it. People even that are biased against Florida avocados often enjoy Choquette, having had more watery types, if you will. I like Choquette quite a bit, and we actually have 2 of them here on the farm. It's one of the few avocados that we have multiple plantings of.
And so the size of the tree, tell us about the size. Does it grow really big? I mean, all avocados
Yeah,
grow
I mean,
big, but
Choquettes are vigorous growers. They can get quite large. This one is a little taller at this point than I want to because of this branch over here, so we will take it back a little bit after the fruit is off. So definitely not it's one of the more aggressive avocado varieties. It's not like some of these Mexican types that stay relatively small. So it's one that you have to be prepared to prune if you're going to grow it in your yard. Yeah.
okay, so what are some other avocados that it compares to in taste?
Monroe, they're pretty close. I would say in terms of the Guatemalan West Indian hybrids, if you were eating a Monroe next, some people can tell the difference, I guess, but I would probably have trouble. They're about the same in terms of eating quality to me. So that's a good comparison right there.
And they're a different season in the Monroe, right?
Monroe starts slightly earlier, but it's a pretty close season. So like if you're only growing a couple avocado trees in your yard, you'll have considerable overlap if you grow Monroe and Choquette. So I would probably just pick one of those if you're only growing a couple. If you're growing lots of avocados, then or you're a collector, then go ahead and grow both. I believe Monroe is a B type, so it does give you an alternate flower.
Which one would you pick if you had to pick between the 2 for your own personal yard?
That's tough to say. What would I pick? I've had better success with Choquette, I guess, in terms of total yield, but I mean, I know that Monroe has grown on a wide commercial scale too. I don't know. I'd flip a coin, I guess, or I guess it would probably, maybe I would pay attention to my flower types more because in my own yard I haven't planted many avocado trees, so that would be a factor. Like if I had already picked an early season and a mid-season avocado, then what flower types those were might determine whether I would plant a Monroe or a Choquette.
In terms of a late season avocado, if you could only have one late season, would Monroe or Choquette be your choice, or is there something else you prefer?
No, actually, so if I could only have one late season avocado, I might pick Lula or even Taylor over the 2 because you're only giving me one choice there. But I don't want that to come off as like me disparaging Choquette or Monroe because I really like those 2. But there's so many avocados that there is going to be a little bit of a hierarchy in terms of flavor. And we can look at the Lula trees a little later, and they're similarly, they have a lot of fruit on them as well, and they typically perform quite well. But I'm, at that point, like that's when you have a lot of options, right? So
yes.
I would not. I don't think it's a bad choice at all to plant a Choquette as your late season avocado.
Wonderful. So. Okay, everybody, and you have these trees available for grafting if somebody contacts you? Yeah,
I want to say we did produce some Choquette trees this year. We're definitely going to have to make more. So same thing, like this is one that we usually make at least a certain quantity of every year because there is a lot of demand for Choquette. So, but I don't know how many we currently have in stock. You'll have to ask us.
Well, when I drove in here, we passed this tree, and I knew it was just loaded with avocados.
Yeah.
Loaded. And for this size, for it to be loaded, this is just beautiful. And,
nice, really nice sized fruit in here.
Yeah.
And I mean, just a really productive tree.
Great. All right, thank you, Alex. Everybody, I'll put the link below the video. You can check out more information on this avocado and all the avocados he has here at Tropical Acres Farms. All right, everybody, here I am in front of my friend's Choquette Avocado Tree, and the tree is loaded right now with avocados, but this is a much older tree. It's been here much longer, and it's much bigger than my tree and much taller than Alex's tree. And I'm just gonna pan out and show you what this looks like big and tall. Now, it's pretty close to some other trees that he has. He has maybe about 10 feet away and then 15 feet over there, 2 sapodilla trees. So we'll see how it grows and intertwines, but these trees, like most trees, tend to grow up looking for sun. And as we see here, the way this one looks, we're going to see that. So let me show you now. So as you can see, this is much taller than our trees, and there's nothing below because there's no sun here and there's all these other trees in the background. But as you get higher up, and then you see here, this is a much taller tree, and he cut this one back as well. It's a much taller tree, and then you see it's loaded with avocados right now. These are Choquette Avocados, and this tree goes pretty high up there, and not completely high for an avocado tree, but as you can see, it's just loaded here. So even though it's not the highest, best tasting one, it's more than average taste, like I said. But this commercial variety is one of the best ones to plant because of how well it does. And if we keep looking here, we see here all these avocados. And again, he cuts this one back and it's still pretty high. So that's my neighbor's Choquette Avocados. And I'm looking at it now, we're in November 16th right now, and I'm counting it as 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 30 or 40 on there, maybe more. And these will stay in the tree a long time, and they are ready to pick now to ripen. Okay, everybody, thank you for checking out Choquette Avocado, and that's definitely one I think you should get. Now, my friends at guacfarms.com, they actually ship these in the mail, these and a couple of other varieties. I'll put that link below if you want to taste these, if you don't have the opportunity to grow them, but you want to taste these avocados. I also have my friends at Laura Farms. They can ship avocado box in the mail as well. So I'm going to put both of those links below. Check them out. And until then, everybody, have a great day and keep growing.